The Titans' defensive line is no joke. Will the Chargers be able to have the same success on offense against the Titans? Well, let's pull up the film to find out. And while I pull up this film, make sure to like, subscribe. If you do enjoy this content, it helps me out so much. And now, let's look at this Titans defense. Now, the Saints were attacking the Titans cornerbacks in one-on-one coverage all day long. You can see right here, we got Kristian Fulton on Michael Thomas. This safety, Amani Hoooker, is Derrick Carr's read. As soon as he gets this ball, if he steps up, I'm throwing this thing in a one-on-one to Michael Thomas. He does. Derek Carr already in that throw in motion. He unleashes this thing along to the sideline. Boom, right on the money to Michael Thomas in that one-on-one matchup against Kristian Fulton. Now let me take this back to the bottom of the screen because I just want to point out that Murphy Bunting doesn't do a great job on reading this play. You can see this tight end comes up. He's getting way too much depth. He needs to be attacking this flat route. That is his assignment right here. You're going to see later on in the game, Murphy Bunting did not do a great job of reading these flat routes and getting depth consistently. This Titans defensive line is no joke. We got a double team block on Simmons and Teair Tart, our two defensive tackles, and now our end, boom, swipes away the hands of Trevor Penning, gets into the backfield for a big tackle for loss. That is Deneco Autry. Remember I told you in that first play about Murphy Bunting? We got him right here again. Rashid Shaheed gonna go deep down the field in a corner out route, and then we also have Juwan Johnson doing a little 8-yard out right here in a flat. So Derek Carr is reading this man, Murphy Bunting. Who is he going to commit to? He has this deep receiver and this linebacker in front of him. He should commit to the deep receiver. Instead, this time he commits to the tight end, leaves the receiver open. Derek Carr reads this instantaneously, throws this one deep down the field to his receiver. And you can see, if you have this linebacker in front of you in Azeez Al-Shaair, you should let that flat route go and get depth because you have this receiver behind you and the safety is playing way too far off. I believe that's Kevin Byard. This is just bad defense on this entire side of the field by the Titans. Bro, this Titans defensive line is insane. Simmons completely single-handedly blowing up this run play. And now we got Landry, the unblocked edge, coming off this side. You got to make this tackle. He totally overcommits to this one. It's actually going to be about 2 yards for the Saints right here because Landry took a bad angle, but what a play made by Simmons, the Titans defensive lineman, completely blowing this one up. If he wasn't in this man's face, this could have very well been a touchdown. This Titans defensive line was good in the pass rush and in run defense, and you can see on this play, the Saints just let them go because they have the screen pass up top. Arden Key jumps up, almost gets into that passing lane, but pass is caught by Rashid Shaheed. Is going to land on his feet right here, and now what you want to do is whip it back around towards the sideline because you have all of these guys coming in your face from the middle of the field. Instead of running towards the middle of the field, going and getting all of these defenders into the play, you want to whip this thing back and get it towards the sideline. Then you only have to make this one man miss, and then also you have this blocker right here. Hopefully he sustains his block and you can run right by him, go all the way down the field. Instead, this play doesn't result in much when it really, this could have been a very well executed screen pass. As you can see, it's only 1 and 1. All you got to do is make that one guy miss, go up the sideline. Two things stand out to me on this play. Simmons is using the same stunt move with Deneco Autry that the Dolphins were running last week against the Chargers that allowed 2 sacks, specifically in that left side B gap that Zion Johnson was in. We have Simmons going up, attacking this gap, Deneco Autry whipping around backside, and now let me take this thing back. So you can see, left tackle, Trevor Penning working against Arden Key. How is this going to go? Boom, explodes through him on the first bit of contact and then just runs right by him, pushes him right away from him. Derek Carr throws this thing up. Terrible pass because it was basically like a 3-man rush. Just these 3 Titans players are getting a pass rush. And then we have Landry right here who's like not even in the play. And Arden Key was whooping Trevor Penning all night long. Here he is. You just beat him with speed. You get that bend. Great balance, great power, lower body power on the play. And then you get the sack right there. Arden Key is going to be trying to run this pass rush move on Rashawn Slater all night because he was winning with speed against Trevor Penning all week last week. What you want to do if you're Rashawn Slater right here, you don't lunge those arms out like this. You stay disciplined and you keep back. And then once he gets that little bend like that, You just sink into him. And that's how you get that pancake. Rashawn Slater, he's going to get a couple pancakes on Arden Key if he plays it correctly. Again, this is like the same thing as last time with the Titans defensive line. These three guys rushing. Arden Key goes to the outside, plants right there, goes back towards the inside. This is the very next play after he beat Trevor Penning on that rush towards the outside. Beats him to the inside on this one. Doesn't get to the quarterback, but causes enough distraction because now we have Jeffrey Simmons going and attacking this gap, and Deneco Autry whipping around backside again. This stunt move from the Titans defensive line, they were using it a lot in this game. Gets pressure on Derek Carr, and I know it's a pass to Juwan Johnson, but they were getting pressure on Derek Carr, and the Chargers offensive line needs to keep Justin Herbert clean. Bro, Arden Key was just doing anything he wanted against Trevor Penning. Check out, he's going to get this arm out on the chest of Arden Key. Boom, just swipes it right down, run right past him, and then get the ball of Derek Carr right here. He's touching that ball that Derek Carr has in his hands, and that should have been a forced fumble, a ball sack, and then a return touchdown for the Titans. Instead, they ruled this an incomplete pass. How was this incomplete and not a ball sack? Look at this. Boom, that ball, empty hand right there. You see this empty hand? That is a sack for Arden Key on a really good pass rush move, where he just completely, boom, swipes down the arm of Trevor Penning, gets to the quarterback. You got to protect Justin Herbert in this game. Now what Arden Key is going to do against Trevor Penning is he's going to fake the outside, go back towards the inside, fake it again, and now he's actually committing towards the outside. Trevor Penning tries to lunge his body towards him because now he's off balance. You just win with speed on the outside again, and you get this sack on Derek Carr, and now he's losing the ball but gets it right back. And also look at Deneco Autry working on this left guard, just completely pushing him back, and then you swipe him away, and you get also interior pressure on Derek Carr. We're getting the outside pressure and the interior pressure so that there is nowhere for him to go, and he just has to collapse with these Titans defenders and go down. Look at this defensive alignment that the Titans have right here. We have two wide nines outside shoulder of the tight end, Arden Key, and then Harold Landry way outside of this tackle, and then Deneco Autry outside shoulder of the tackle. Outside shoulder of the center is Jeffrey Simmons. So what are we going to do right here from a pass rushing standpoint? We're going to take Arden Key, who has been dominating so far in this game, and we're going to take him and collapse him towards the inside, take up the left tackle, the left guard, and hopefully the center. He's not even looking on this play, but then we're going to whip around on a stunt move again. Jeffrey Simmons, our star defensive lineman, and we're going to get some pressure on this play. The left tackle, Trevor Penning, does a good job of keeping his head on a swivel, coming around and pushing him out. And now Derek Carr, he's got to get rid of this ball. Can't find a target, so now he's scrambling, and then he gets sacked. This is the pressure that the Titans defensive line is going to put on you from all of these weird defensive alignments like this, where there's nobody seemingly for the guard or the center to block. And then also they're going to run these stunt moves to try to confuse your offensive linemen. Zion Johnson is going to be a target for some of these stunt moves because of what they saw last week against the Dolphins. I can assure you of that. Now we got man coverage across the board for the Titans, and then we got two safeties deep. Watch the top of the screen right here. Tight end Juwan Johnson against Amani Hoooker. He's going to fake this outside right here. Amani Hoooker bites for it hard, and then you cut this back towards the inside. A lot of space created, especially because we moved this linebacker outside of the middle of the field with this running back going on the flat route. But also, I'm going to take this back so you can see a different angle on this play and watch Jeffrey Simmons and Deneco Autry collapse towards this right side of the offensive line, taking up the center guard and tackle. And now we have Harold Landry coming around on another stunt move. They're attacking this gap right here where Zion Johnson is going to be. Force the throw to come out quickly, but Juwan Johnson beat him so badly that it didn't even matter, and now they're past midfield. I mean, just look at the damage that Deneco Autry and Jeffrey Simmons are doing on this Saints offensive line. My goodness, the pocket completely collapses, and Arden Key was not even in this play. He slipped right here. Boom, he slips, and he falls down. It doesn't even matter because our three other defensive linemen are just rushing so relentlessly on the Saints quarterback, and they get the sack. Now we got cover 4 for the Titans right here. All 4 of these guys are playing deep, and really everybody is playing with a lot of depth. And what Michael Thomas is going to do right here is just go on a little slant. Doesn't even need to create separation because these Titans players are playing so far back There's no chance to contest for this ball, and the Saints are just taking free yardage right here. Now we got good defense right here by the Titans. We have these two men covering the inside of the field, and look at Amani Hoooker keeping his eyes on Derek Carr while Juwan Johnson is running right up the seam. He's still getting depth, and then he sees Derek Carr getting in that throwing motions. He flips his hips, runs the route for Juwan Johnson, and he gets payback on that last play that I showed you where Juwan Johnson just completely broke his ankles. He gets the interception right here. Bro, the Titans have so many good defensive linemen. Teair Tart right here working his way down the field, TFL. And then also look at who's containing the edge, Deneco Autry on Trevor Penning. And then we have Azeez Al-Shaair attacking this gap. There is nowhere to go for this Saints running back. That is a TFL, man. Teair Tart, look at him too. Banging his head, banging on the turf. This man plays with passion. A lot of confusion in this Titans defensive back group on this play. Roger McCreary is lined up against Juwan Johnson, but this is zone coverage, all right? So on this shallow route, he's going to have to pass him off to Elijah Molden, who comes up and picks him up. But Derek Carr tries to throw this thing right here. Deneco Autry, with a ton of pressure, forces him to tuck that thing back. And now we have Michael Thomas on this corner route picking up this defender. Kevin Byard fell for that fake throw by Derek Carr. And also Chris Olave, the man is running his route still. Amani Hoooker was on him, but he's going to run out of his zone. Going to try to pass him off to Roger McCreary, who got his eyes caught in the backfield, and he misses his assignment. Look at Amani Hoooker, look back at him. Like, what are you doing, man? I was trying to pass him off to you. Instead, it is a blown coverage, big play for Chris Olave and the Saints, and the Titans defensive back group is going to have to work on this one before they face the Chargers. Now, this right here is a thing of beauty by Derek Carr. Check out the cornerback Sean Murphy Bunting on this play, and Derek Carr is just going to do this little pump fake right there. Sean Murphy Bunting bites so hard, and then Rashid Shaheed is just going to run right by him into the end zone with tons of separation for a touchdown. Now check out right here, Juwan Johnson trying to clear out space for Chris Olave. Kevin Byard has to respect the outside route right here, cuts right back inside, forcing him to have to go through both Sean Murphy Bunting and Juwan Johnson just to pick up his assignment. Chris Olave with tons of space to work with right here, getting a first down for the Saints on a big chunk play. Now we got another one-on-one matchup. Kristian Fulton against the wide receiver Rashid Shaheed. He does this little fake inside move. I know it's really tough to see from this angle, but trust me, he did it. Kristian Fulton fell for it even just for a half a second, and now he gets blown right by him. This safety can't come up in time, and that is a big play for the Saints offense. Ended up resulting in a win for them. So that is the film, and this is going to be a big test for this Chargers offensive line to see if they can continue that dominance against a very good defensive line that the Titans have. If you want to see the Titans offense and see what the Chargers defense is getting themselves into, you can watch this video right here.